Hello, this is Chris Morgan from the Lost Signals. We're here at Staten Island at Bootleg Mannings for 2019's Bow Wow Luau, hosted by Pinups for Pitbulls and Mosh for Pitbulls. Join us throughout the night for interviews and exclusive content you'll find nowhere else. Hello, and welcome back to 2019 Bow Wow Luau. I'm here with Holden.
What's up?
How you doing?
Fabulous. It's a little bit humid out here today, but I'm on the wonderful Staten Island, so.
Hey, listen, with all the thunderstorms we've had, it's a good thing. I'm not going to complain.
I'll say, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And Holden, you're one of the guests tonight?
I am.
Okay. Tell us a little about yourself.
So I'm based in Brooklyn, New York. This is my first time playing out in Staten Island. Really excited. My drummer, Chris, is actually from here. So this is kind of like a little hometown show for Chris, so he doesn't have to travel much. Just me. But, that's cool. I've got a bunch of friends out here, so hopefully some familiar faces, and definitely looking forward to seeing some new faces, and of course, my lovely pitties. I think that's the thing I'm most excited for.
Wait to meet Hannah. She's adorable. So how did you get involved with this?
So my drummer, Chris, actually knew somebody who was putting this together, and he told me, he had me at Dogs. He was like, there's a show, Dogs, and I was like, say no more. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it is. We're playing. So here I am. I'm here, and I am ready for the Dogs.
And you said you were a dog trainer?
What's that?
You said you were a dog trainer?
Yes, I was. 5 days a week, early in the morning to the afternoon. I was training anywhere from 50 to 100 dogs a day.
Wow.
Socializing and a dog run all at the same time. And I did a bunch of one-on-ones, and a lot of my favorite dogs were Pitbulls.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I have a very, very soft spot for my pitties.
Do you have any pitties right now?
I don't. I have a Shih Tzu, so it's a big difference. But I grew up with a Rottweiler, a 200-pound Rottweiler.
Another dog that's Rottweilers and German Shepherds, Dobermans, Pitbulls, they all have this bad rap.
They have a very bad rep, and I hate to see it because they are some of the most loving animals I've had in my life. So.
I know with the big,
It's because they got big heads and they drool a lot,
Yeah, I was going to say big heads and drooling, but I was like...
It's like sometimes their head's like this and my head's like this, but, that's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and as you can see, I sweat a lot, and, I'm like one giant salt lick.
Ooh, take the breeze.
Ah, definitely. I'm one giant salt lick, so when you have that...
Oh, they're excited. Yeah. They smell it from a mile away, especially the German Shepherds.
So tell us a little about your music right now. You said you have a single coming out?
I do. I told you that before. I don't have a date on that yet, actually. So we're going to keep that under wraps. It's definitely soon, though. I've had this song in the bank for almost a year now. It's a song that's like very, very special to me. That's why I want to be extremely meticulous about how I put this song out. And the message it conveys is, it gets across properly. So I want to make sure everything is crystal clear and perfect and precise. Is
it anything you want to talk about, or do you want to wait and let the music speak for itself?
Definitely want to let the music speak for itself, but you'll hear it tonight.
We'll definitely try to. We'll definitely make sure that. Oh wait, we got somebody else coming in.
This is my drummer, Chris.
Hey, Chris. I'm Chris.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
Well, we're definitely going to try to catch, we'll make sure we'll catch your single. It's called Fine.
Yes.
And we're here with Chris, the drummer. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm Chris from the Lost Signals.
Ooh, I'm Chris from Holden.
And you're from Staten Island?
Uh-huh, right in Annandale.
And you actually, did you know Dana prior to this?
Not so much. I've heard of Pitbulls, Pinups for Pitbulls before, but I know Mike, so Black, and he hit us up. He was like, does any of your 3 bands want to play this show? And I was like, I got one.
Oh, awesome.
The one that loves dogs.
The one that loves dogs. I mean,
it's the important part.
No, it's really, really hip to see like so many local bands wanting to participate in this really important cause. I'm selling the cause and you guys, 2 of the people who are already tuning in, but
yes.
You can never have too much of that. Hey, Chris, how long have you been, how'd you guys get together musically?
Do we even know?
I don't know. We were just like internet friends for mad long, and then she...
Like 8 years.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then she was like, I need a fill-in. And then I learned all the songs, and
he just
in
never left.
February.
Yeah, he just never left.
Then we've been homies, real homies
And
now
now he's
since.
not allowed. He's not allowed to leave now.
Awesome.
I gotta stay.
Clearly.
For those who are not watching, Chris just came over and sat in Holden's lap. So
I feel like Santa.
they're a very tight-knit group, this duo here.
We are. We really are.
Are you guys starting the show off? Or
Yep.
Oh,
We are.
awesome.
We're kicking everything off tonight. So hopefully got some attentive eyes and ears, and everyone's just as excited as we are.
And Holden, you play guitar?
I do. Not tonight, but I do play guitar. Play a bunch of instruments, actually.
What's the setup going to be like tonight?
Drums and vocals and a little bit of sampling.
Oh, hip. All right. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, very much, Holden and Chris with Holden. This is Chris Morgan, and we'll be featuring them later in the night.
But I say that I'm okay and I not wanna miss you. Oh, why you tryna play these games with me? 'Cause I got something hiding underneath. They tell me just to play, it's what I need. But you'll never find me falling to my knees. Don't call the doctor, I'm doing fine. I got my own prescription, whiskey and wine. Let me give a demonstration of what's on my mind. Picture every color tone in black and white.
Hey, and this is Chris back at Bow Wow Luau 2019. I'm here with Nikki from Pinups for Pitbulls. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. Nikki, why don't you tell us about a little bit of the organization and how you got involved?
Sure. So Pinups for Pitbulls, we are a nonprofit organization. We educate and advocate for good Lord, pitbull type dogs, pinup type dogs. They're pinups too. They are. So anyway, so we travel around. We talk to people about the temperament of pitbull type dogs. We try to end breed-specific legislation and breed discriminatory laws. So many places in the country you can't own a pitbull type dog just based on visual identification and nothing besides that. So it's just not fair. So that's what we're here to do, to restore the positive image of the pitbull type dog. And we love all dogs, but pitbulls are the ones with the bad raps at the moment. So I got involved with Pinups for Pitbulls because I was actually, it's a funny story, I was tabling for PETA at a PETA event, and I was not really aware at the time of how PETA feels about pitbull type dogs, which, per my understanding, they don't really care for them.
Are you kidding? Wait.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Is that still a practice?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's a little questionable. But it was interesting because I met Deirdre there. Deirdre is the founder of Pinups for Pitbulls. And so she was chatting with me a little bit about, her organization and what she does. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. I have a pit bull. I love pit bulls. How can I get more involved? And so she took a picture with me behind my booth and posted it on social media, and it basically went viral. And all of these people were commenting, "Why are you talking to the enemy?" And it was crazy. And I was like, "What is going on?" I was just so confused. And so it was very interesting, the outcome of that posting. But that's kind of how I found out that there's some things going on there.
Wait, so I want to, as I knock everything over for anybody who didn't see it.
Yeah.
So people from PETA were asking, how are you working for the enemy? Is that what you're saying?
People who love pit bulls were saying
that you're
hanging out with a PETA girl, and what's up with that?
Oh my God. See, that for all they do, that would have been the last thing I would have suspected.
Yeah, it's weird. But, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of politics involved in everything, and it would be really great if everyone could just come together for the good of animals, because that's really what we're here for, right? Not to, argue about silly things, but...
Yeah, I mean, why delve into specifications and semantics and...
Right, exactly. But that's kind of how I met Deirdre and found out about the organization, and so I've been volunteering with Pinups for about 6 or 7 years now. I was in the 2017 calendar with my dog Marls Barkley, and it was an amazing experience. So they do a pinup style calendar every year with girls and their dogs from across the country, and it's an open model call. Anyone can apply, and it's just a really cool way to kind of get more people involved.
And the open model calls, they usually happen.
Like after Christmas, January, February.
So
is when
like
it
for the
opens.
2019 or
20.
I'm trying to do the math on this.
Hold on a second. The 2020 calendar is about to come out. It's on pre-order now. You can pre-order it. So
Okay,
the
so-
next one to happen is the 2021 calendar. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, 2021 on calendar. If anybody's interested in you don't even have to post with your own dog.
No.
Right?
So there's 3 ways to apply. You can apply with your dog. You can apply just your dog, or you can apply just yourself, and then we'll pair you with a dog. So it's really cool. And then if you get chosen, then you go to Celeste Giuliano's studio in Philadelphia, and it's a really awesome time. So anyone who's interested can sign up for the mailing list. That's probably the best way. Pinupsforpitbulls.org. Sign up for the mailing list. Sign up to be a street team member. Get more involved. That's an excellent way to have a better chance of being chosen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Anything else you wanted to tell us about yourself? I love your tattoo. Anybody who's not watching, Nikki's got this awesome sleeve here.
The best tattoo though is the pity corn.
Where? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The pity corn.
Yeah.
Okay, check out our website. We're going to have www.thelostsignals.com or YouTube channel. Check out your pity corn tattoo.
Awesome.
And, well, let's see if we can wrangle. Well, she's
right
over there. But, all right, for now, we'll get Dana on because she's going to. Have you been working with Marsh for Pits either?
No, so we're from the Reading, Pennsylvania area. So this was kind of a hike for us today to come out. So this is actually our first event in Staten Island. So, but we're having a great
fantastic.
time. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Do you know Kate?
Kate, yes, I do.
Okay. All right,
Yep.
we've talked to her twice on the show. So.
Okay, great. That's
Well,
awesome.
Nikki, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Bow Wow Luau 2019. For those not watching, we're sitting here with Hannah Banana, and she's stealing the show once again. And I'd like to welcome back Dana
Hi.
Dahl.
Thank
Dana
you.
Dahl, I'm sorry, from Pinups for Pitbulls, and you're locally your your organization is Mosh for Pits.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little about Mosh for Pits, how you got
So,
started?
Mosh for Pits is, I guess, like a subdivision, technically, right, of Pinups for Pitbulls. It was originally just a one-off show, and people really loved it, and we decided, okay, well, we're going to make a thing out of this, and we're just going to keep doing it. So we kept putting together shows, and we needed a way to kind of promote the shows without having any sort of personal attachment to it. So what I did was I started the Mosh for Pits Facebook and Instagram pages to promote the events, and we promote this event through it. We promote the original Mosh for Pits metal show through it, and various other things. We did a spring fling recently, and we do a calendar release every December. So it's not really its own organization. It's just kind of
A subsidiary?
yeah. It's an event within the Pinups for Pitbulls organization.
And for those of you who don't know, that would be around the New York, New Jersey metro area?
Yeah, we work primarily in Staten Island. We're trying to branch out to Brooklyn and New Jersey right now with our events, and fingers crossed things work out for that.
You need help in New Jersey, let us know. That's
Yeah, that would be great, actually. Yeah, we're just we're trying to branch out, and kind of, we had a couple of people ask us if we were going to be doing these shows anywhere else. We had a couple of people in Jersey say, hey, are you coming to Jersey? I guess people don't really like Staten Island. Can't blame them. You know, it's a hate-love place. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
Well,
then
see-
there's people like me that they're just like, well, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, we live about, half hour from here, and it's like, I always think Staten Island, I always think, oh, you're on the water, and I come out here, I'm like, no, Staten Island's a lot bigger than a lot of people think it is.
Yeah.
You were telling me before, I didn't get a chance to finish because for those of you who don't know, Dana is not just a guest, but she's also running the whole show. So we're always grateful for the moment of time you can give us. But you were telling us before about the first mosh for Pits.
Oh my God. Yeah, so we did the first Mosh for Pits back in May of 2017. And we started planning it in December of 2016. And we're like, okay, we'll do it in May because it's not too hot, it's not too cold. We can use the outdoor area of the venue. It'll be a good time. And the day of the event, it was pouring rain, like monsoon pouring. And then it was about 40 degrees out in the middle of May. And we were like, what do we do? So we knew all of our vendors were going to be set up outside, all of our auction tables, our raffle tables, our merch tables, everything was going to be outside in the courtyard area. And so that morning I got up, I packed everything into the car, I went to the dollar store, grabbed a bunch of clear shower curtains, and I was like, well, it looks like we're zip tying shower curtains along the tents because nothing can get wet. And this was the first event I ever put together. So I was totally out of my element. I had never done this before. And I was just in pure chaos mode that morning. But then we got there, we set up. We actually had to set up the tents in the pouring rain because they weren't set up yet. One of our volunteers, he was working the door, and he was helping us set up the day of the event, and he actually got a pneumonia that day. Believe it or not, got a pneumonia.
Oh, we're still on. Oh. Okay, sorry.
So, yeah, it was a crazy day, and I mean, it did really well. We raised thousands of dollars that night for the organization, and it just kind of spiraled into these events that we do now, and I mean, it's good. It was awesome.
That's fantastic.
Despite the rain, despite the cold,
I mean,
we survived.
Now, having attended this last year in a lot of events, you guys do a great job. You personally are a great host. I could not even do that. I mean, I know we, as the four of us, are big music buffs. A lot of our audiences, so I could tell you were also passionate about music. So, yeah, and we actually did talk to a couple of your bands here today, and always keep us posted as to what's going on with Mosh for Pits.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, we're Pinups for Pitbulls are friends of the show. Dana, I know you've got a lot to get to tonight, so I won't keep you any longer. But again, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to, any upcoming events as of now, August 3rd, 2019?
As of right now, we personally have nothing coming up. We're trying to put together something for maybe Halloween. We have some creepy clown friends that we adore greatly. Or, I'm sorry, we're frightened of terribly. That want to collaborate and do an event with us. And so we're trying to make something happen for that. But as of right now, that's really all we have in the works. And then we're hoping to do this again next year. And our original Mosh for Pits show, we try to do once a year. So we're going to try to get that metal show going once again.
Sounds awesome. Well, definitely keep us and our audience in the loop.
Of
and
course.
Again, Dana, and to Hannah, who's now sitting on the ground, I thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
How's everybody doing tonight at Bootleg Mannings? Come on! Now that's much better. I like that.
That was good. Good job, guys.
So my name is Susie Doll.
And I am Dizzy Doll.
And we will be your hosts for the Miss Bow Wow Luau Tiki Contest. Yeah. Woo! Give it up for the ladies. Come on! We have 6 lovely contestants that are going to be vying for the title of Miss Bow Wow Luau. And it definitely takes a lot of courage to get up here, so please show them a lot of love, a lot of support. whoop it up because they're all gorgeous and fly. It's going to be so much fun. Are you ready to have a little fun with us?
Yeah.
All right, all right. So we're going to bring the ladies each up one by one. We'll have them introduce themselves, then ask them a fun little question. And yeah, we're going to keep it short, sweet, and cute, like us up here. Yeah?
I don't know. I'm a little bit taller than you.
That's true. I'm a munchkin.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with our first contestant. We're going to start with Miss Luna Mars. Hello, hello. Now, for those of out there who don't know who you are, introduce yourself real quick, as well as where you're from.
Okay, so I'm Luna Mars, originally from the Bronx, born and raised there, but I live in Queens now. And more stuff about me?
I think that's good to start.
I think that's good.
All right. So question number 1. Dizzy, you want to read this one?
I'll read it. If there was a 50s and 60s teen beach movie based on your life, yours is louder. Wow. Okay. Who would you want to star? Oh wait, I'm sorry, I read that backwards. Dyslexia is real. Who all would you want to star in it?
Who would I want to star in my teen beach movie?
Yes.
Okay, whoa. Ooh, too much.
Hey.
That's a tough one. I'm really obsessed with Dorothy Lamour right now. So she wasn't a teen beach movie gal. She was the sarong gal, from tiki movies.
Okay.
But I really, really, really love her, so I would have to pick her. And then it doesn't make sense, but
It's your movie. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah. It's a dream.
I'm blanking. Dorothy Lamour.
Dorothy Lamour.
I like it.
Classic tiki goodness. I like it. Thank you, Luna.
I'm gonna add it.
Wait. Hold on.
I thought of who would be my love interest in the movie. Obviously Elvis.
Yeah.
Yes. Good choice. Thank you, Luna. Give it up for Luna Mars, everyone.
Our next contestant. Ooh, I'm stuttering. Sorry. All right, we're gonna do Rebecca, not Rachel.
Woo! All right, my dear, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from.
My name is Rebecca, not Rachel, and I am New Jersey, born and raised, but I currently live in Easton, Pennsylvania.
Give it up for Rebecca, not Rachel. All right, my dear, let's see here. So you've been tasked to put together the luau of the century. Who is the guest of honor and what are you serving them?
Okay, so guest of honor at Luau of the Century.
It's a big task, I know.
Yeah, that's heavy. That's a heavy one. Give me a second. My mind immediately goes to Elvis because he is like my surf rock king. Gotta love Elvis, of course. And if I'm having a party, I gotta have him there. Yeah. And I'm serving him whatever he wants.
Because he's the king, am I right? Wink. Thank you, Rebecca, not Rachel. Give it up for her, everyone. All right, next up we have the lovely Scarlett Rose. Come on, girlfriend. Tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
My name is Miss Scarlett Rose. I'm from Long Island, New York. Born, raised, and still live there.
And your question is, what is the most important component of an amazing tiki cocktail?
I think that's very easy. Rum. Rum. Any kind of rum. Dark rum, light rum, coconut rum. Any kind of rum. And an umbrella and a pineapple.
That umbrella is very important.
Definitely,
It's very
definitely.
important.
Definitely. And you got to take the lemons and kind of swirl them up too.
That's good. That's good.
Sounds good. I'm coming over to Scarlett Rose's house for cocktails. Give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, honey.
Our next contestant is Merciful Kate. You want to say a little bit about yourself?
I'm Merciful Kate. I'm actually born and raised right here in Staten Island. But right now, I'm in the dirty city of Philadelphia.
Perfect, perfect. All right. So, let's see what your question's going to be. You're stranded on a desert island with one tiki cocktail to sustain you until someone finally comes to find you, a la Gilligan's Island. What is that cocktail and why?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with a Mai Tai because it's classic, it's refreshing, and other than a little bit of rum, I can make it with like the natural ingredients I find on the island, so I'm never gonna run out.
Yes. Smart and gorgeous. Nice and resourceful. I like it, girlfriend. Give it up for Merciful Kate, everyone. And next up, we have the lovely Miss Natalie Von Tiki. Come on up, girlfriend. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Natalie Fontigi. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, and I moved a whole 15 minutes away to Yonkers.
Fantastic.
And your question is, describe yourself in 3 words.
You only get 3, girl.
You only get 3.
Oh my gosh, 3 words? That's really complicated. My life literally centers around like being tiki and being German. So I guess tiki loving German.
Okay. I like it. Thank you, Natalie. And last but not least, we have the lovely Cherry Pip. Come on up, girlfriend. All right, tell us a quick little bit about yourself. And this is the first time I'm meeting you, so hey, girl, hey.
So my name is Cherry Lynn, but my friends call me Pip.
Okay.
Because of my red hair and long time. I'm a native Staten Islander, born and raised, and I still live here.
Yes, hometown girl, yes. All right, and your question is going to be, what is your favorite aspects of the tiki community?
Wow.
Yes, the hard-hitting questions here.
This is a hard one, yeah.
My favorite aspect would be just the whole culture of the tiki community, just the drinks, the atmosphere, the clothing, the hair, the flowers, and just the wanting to take you back to a really tropical and fun place.
I love that. That was great.
Thank you, Cherry Lynn. Give it up for her, everyone. All right. So that is all of our ladies. Give another hand for them. It takes a lot for us to come on up here. So thank you for your bravery and for serving it. Yes, everyone's so amazing. So we're going to give a little time for our secret judges to deliberate, chat a little bit, weigh some pros and cons. Then we're going to get back to you. So enjoy some more music and more fun here at the Bow Wow Luau.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
All night till we rise. We'll be as one artificial mass and share a cage of wooden glass. Oh,
I'm here with James. And
What's up?
And he's and your band is Never Really Knew.
Never Really Knew.
And you guys played tonight. You guys played between the contest and the winner announcement. Correct?
Yeah, they did the contest, and then we brought it back. So there was 3 bands: Holden, Nomad, and Sweet Dames. Little break. Then we came back, and then Youth Moose was after us, and then Pastel's setting up right now. That's all the bands.
And we've caught them all. Y'all are good, and we're gonna make sure that when we post this, give you all a shout out.
For real.
And
cool.
Hey, why don't you just tell us how'd you get started with the band? How long have you guys been gigging?
Sure. Yeah. So our drummer actually isn't here tonight. Our fill-in drummer is Alex from a band called Jigsaw Youth. Definitely check them out. All local music scene people. I linked up with the bass player Anthony. His brother's the drummer normally. I met them in high school. They're jazz musicians. They're really talented. And then Charlie works at a local music shop. He sold me my equipment, and then we all just got together out of the love of similar bands, alternative rock, metal, all that kind of stuff. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Shit?
No. Yeah, you can curse. We curse all the time on our show.
Okay.
We have the little E on iTunes, so.
Sounds good.
So what got you started playing? What are your influences? Let's put it that way.
Sure. They're changing all the time. I started playing guitar because of the 90s alternative stuff. Love all that stuff. I grew up with Guitar Hero, so that was my first introduction to rock. So it's progressively gotten more and more obscure. I grew up with folk music, actually. My mom would always play, Simon and Garfunkel, Cat Stevens. So, that was my introduction to music. And then I guess I discovered the distortion through, Guitar Hero. Bands like Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins. Any song off of the Guitar Hero 3 set list is kind of, my introduction into, all that, alternative, indie, yeah. And then it just kind of sparked my love for, rock music.
And how'd you guys come up with the name?
Okay, so I'm actually, I'm an illustrator. I'm also an art teacher by day. That's my thing. I went to school. I got my bachelor's in illustration. I used to do graffiti. I got in a lot of trouble. I got arrested for graffiti. I don't do it anymore. My tag used to be NRK, and it stood for no one really knows or never really knew. And I would just write NRK on the walls, NRK in my books. It was really stupid. And then eventually when I started a band, I was I guess that's the only thing I really could think of to call it. So kind of transitioning from graffiti to music.
That is really cool. Are you guys based here on Staten Island?
Yeah, I'm from West Brighton, Staten Island. The Aquino twins also, and then Charlie lives near the mall or something. We're all based out of Staten Island. We play a lot of shows around here with the local music scene, and then we sometimes go to Brooklyn, sometimes Manhattan too. All around New York. We're looking to tour soon, but we all have day jobs, so just trying to keep it real.
Yeah, I hear.
Keep it real.
Do you guys have I know we covered your single tonight.
Yeah.
And do you guys have an album coming out? Is there any way they can find you,
Sure.
download or?
Yeah. So our album is called Blind Date. That was the single you guys covered. We have a title track called Blind Date. It's a 10-song album recorded with our friend Jonathan Wisniewski, who's also in a local band called. What is his band called? It's escaping me because I'm a little bit,
That's cool.
But he recorded us in his spot in New Jersey in Belleville. And Utmost is his band name. Sorry, John. And yeah, we recorded it in 2017, and we've been playing all the songs off of that. We're working on new music now. We opened with a new song, and for the most part, all the other songs from the set were all on that album. So Blind Date is the name. You could find us Never Really Knew, all social media, facebook.com/Never Really Knew, Instagram.com/Never Really Knew Band, and the album's called Blind Date. So if you type in either of those things, Never Really Knew, Blind Date, you'll find us somewhere.
And how'd you get involved with Pinups?
So when we first started playing, they're kind of like a local staple. They always do these awesome events where like they set up the kiosks and sometimes bring the pups. And they just hit us up and just asked us. I think, we got asked by other friends who play. There's a lot of bands that have been playing a lot longer than us. And they asked us to just play, and we've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it's awesome. We love it. Whenever they ask us, we do it because it's always a good time. We love the theme, the Luau theme, and all that.
Were you guys here last year?
Well, the last year was at Mother Pug's.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a small place, so I didn't get a chance to see all the bands.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
Were you here last year?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were. I think we were too. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure we were here last year.
The place was
too.
kind of linear, so everything was out back. So we didn't spend much time inside.
Yeah, I think we were inside, and they were having bands outside as well. But we were inside, if I recall correctly. But we've done it in the winter too. Whenever they hit us up, we always are like, let's try and do it because we love it.
So you work with Dana and Mosh for Pits a lot.
Yeah, know them a little bit. A lot of love and support on social media. Whenever, we're always going back and forth, with the Pinups for Pitbulls. And, anytime they ask us, we'll just come out and support. Play the music for the show, yeah.
Fantastic. And last question, do you or any of your members of the band have a dog?
Yes. I'm trying to think of the other guys. Charlie's parents live upstate on a farm. They have a lot of animals. The Aquinos have a cat, and I have 2 West Highland Terriers. Their names are Hunter and Salty. I love them. They turned 11 this year. They're getting up there, but they're still my babies.
I completely understand that.
Yeah.
All right, James, man, is there any other shout-outs you want to give out? I mean, hey, I appreciate you giving us a shout-out when you were playing.
Hell yeah, man. Lost Signal. Anything that makes us look more legit or, feel like we're doing something hey, we love it, man. Thank you, guys.
Looks like the real star of the show has approached the stage. Let's give a little soft hand clap for Hannah over here. Our little mascot for Pinups for Pitbulls, which we are all here celebrating tonight. I hope everyone's had a chance to go by the Pinups for Pitbulls booth to show a little support. There's also a little silent auction going on as well. So definitely take some time to stop outside, take a peek, bid on some good stuff. It's real cute out there. I recommend checking it out. All right. And it looks like we have some results ready to give you guys.
Ooh. Just before we say the results, I just want to encourage each of you ladies, whoever does take the title of Miss Bow Wow Luau, to volunteer with Pinups for Pitbulls because it's really fun and you're supporting a great cause. Sorry about that. I don't know if that was me or not.
It's getting real hot up here. That's what that is.
Yes. So, all right. So here we go. Can I get a drum roll? Is there anybody on the drums?
Yes.
And the runner-up
Thank you very much.
is Rebecca, not Rachel. Woo!
Yes, honey.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah, Rebecca! Woo!
Thank you so much. All right, and our winner. That was our runner-up. We only have a runner-up and a winner.
Oh, JK, here's our winner.
JK.
All right.
And our winner is, can we really get a drum roll now, guys? Come on now. Scarlet Rose. Woo!
Hey, this is Chris Morgan. We're still here at Bow Wow Luau 2019. I'm here with Cherry Lynn.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Great.
And you were a contestant
Yes,
tonight.
I was.
And want to just give us a brief? How did you get into pinup culture?
Well, I think it started as sort of a hobby a few years ago. Just something to do on my own. I had a personal situation where I just decided, you know what? I need to go out and do some things for myself and have a little fun. And started. I have a 67 Chevelle. So I decided to, you know what? I'm going to not just drive it, but I'm going to like play the part a little bit when I go out. So started dressing up. My look is not exactly the same year as the car, but it fits, it works, and I was having fun with it, so that's what I did. And I just ran with it, and this is one of my first pinup contests that I was in tonight.
So you've been doing this for, you said, 4 or 5 years?
A couple of years, yes.
That's awesome. And how did you get involved with Pinups for Pitbulls?
I have a pit bull, and I work for an organization that takes care of animals and rescues them and saves them and all sorts of stuff. So I love pit bulls. And then when I saw them, I was like, it couldn't be a more perfect fit. I have a pit bull. I like to dress up in the pinup attire. So perfect. And I started following them.
Oh, that's fantastic. What's the name of the organization
I work for the ASPCA.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I don't know if anybody knows who they are, but
I think people do.
I'm just busting your chops. What kind of pit bull do you have? Is it a brindle? Is it a...
She is white with some brindle spots, and her name is Jane.
Oh, that's awesome. And have you and Jane submitted for the calendar?
Yes, I did myself about 2 years ago. Unfortunately, she doesn't really play well with others. So it was just me. I wasn't selected, but it's okay. I've gone to some of the Pinup for Pitbulls events and the Mosh for Pits as well. Give a little shout out to both of them. So, and I hope to continue to do this. And I met some fabulous ladies tonight.
This is like, I have to say, as I was telling others, this is like, we've been hanging out with the pinup culture. I always feel pretentious saying that, but for the last about a year and a half, and this is like the most welcoming crowd. It's just fantastic people. Y'all do such a great job.
Absolutely, this was great. I've been to other like pinup shows, and this one had a great turnout and so many people dressed up. Not just the contestants in the contest, but just the public, anybody who was just here hanging out and supporting it. So it was really great.
And is there a story behind your pinup name?
A little bit. Nothing too crazy. My middle name is Lynn.
Okay.
And I just went with Cherry because of my red hair.
That works. And you've got your tattoo on your wrist.
And yes, that came after my name because I had to. I was like, hey, why not? Let me just get some cherries.
As I was saying before, there's nothing makes you want to get a tattoo more than coming to one of these events.
Oh, I realized I need a few more. After looking at some of the women here, I was like, oh, I have a lot more space. I still need to get a few more tattoos.
Well, is there any organization you want to promote? Is there any other yourself? Is there a website or a Facebook page to go to? Just look you up Cherry Lynn or?
My Instagram page.
Yeah.
Is Cherry Lynn _ AKA _ Pip, PIP. That's my other nickname.
Pip?
Pip. As in Pippi Longstocking.
Oh, nice. Oh, another redhead. you ever do the pigtails, ponytail? You pigtails.
I
right?
have, and that's where it started. Many years ago in high school with my girlfriends, and they still call me that to this day.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope
It was nice to meet you.
I hope to see you guys at these events. You know, hopefully we'll be covering them. Hopefully Dana will ask us back, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you again soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't wanna wear socks, 'cause when the weather gets warmer and I walk outside, I don't wanna wear socks. And when the birds start singing and we're walking in the grass, I don't wanna wear socks.
And I am here with
Youth Moose.
Youth Moose. Stephanie, Chris, and Billy. Okay.
Billy's in the band.
Hello, I'm in the band.
How you doing? Now, Stephanie, you're the lead singer. And Chris, guitar and
multi guy.
kick drum. And Billy over here plays a mean bass, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
So do you
it.
guys want to let me know how you guys got started and all that?
Well, Billy and I knew each other and know each other since we were 5 years old. And long story short, we started our own little band. And then Stephanie crashed one of our rehearsals and just showed up. And I was like,
What a jerk.
And I was like, why is she doing this? Who is she? Get her out of here. And then once she started singing, I was like, shit, make her stay forever. And then that was it. Then we were just an inseparable trio, triangle moose.
How long have you guys been together?
4 years?
About 4. Actively playing for like 3, 2.5, yeah. But writing for about 4. Yeah.
And you said you write
Children's music for adults.
Okay.
That was not, we didn't make that up.
Very real?
Some woman that heard us gave us that tagline.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you guys go about, like, writing children's music for adults?
It's stream of consciousness. We just start jamming, and somebody starts singing. But also sometimes we come with lyrics. Chris wrote all the lyrics for Broccoli Rob.
Broccoli Rob, I had to like sit and craft, but most of the time we're just sitting on the couch and we just start playing, and then sounds come out of us. And like I remember, like when we were doing Couch Potato, me and Billy had the music, and Stephanie was sitting there like, huh. This is pretty good. And then she was like thinking, and she goes, oh, I got it. And the lyrics just came out. The sounds just started coming out, you know? She's like, huh, huh. Those are the lyrics.
Oh,
Potato.
I have to say socks won me over because I don't like cold weather. I don't like it when I have to wear socks.
Yeah.
So like when you're like, this is everybody in the audience, I'm like, yeah, uh-huh. If I wasn't holding the camera, I would have been like, yeah. I was trying to
right. Yeah. So like when we're on stage, like we're not the type of band that gets bras and panties thrown in us. We get socks. But but like it's perfect.
It depends on where the socks have been. If they're fresh out of the bag, yes. If they're just people pulling, you might want to be careful.
We've had a lot of dirty socks in our day.
We have.
Have you really?
Yes, all kinds of socks are accepted at Youth Moose shows.
A few of them. Wait, where was the show? Like, didn't one hit you in the shoulder and then you sniffed it?
Yes, that was at the very beginning when I really didn't know how to handle the sock thing. And then I was like, okay, this is overkill. Because, like, I can do disgusting things. Like, I'm okay with that. But you know, sniffing a sock on stage is not acceptable for other people to watch. So I stopped doing that.
I usually put them on.
His face right now is like, why the fuck would you do something like that?
No. I mean, like, a straight. Yeah, all right. No, like, total respect that you would do that. That's amazing that you would do that.
Getting close to the fans, right, Chris? Getting close to the fans.
That's right.
I usually put the sock on the headstock of my guitar, and I play the rest of the show with it.
So yeah, we get pretty close to the socks. We touch them, and you know, sniffing it, like I said, was a little much. But
I've stolen a few from fans.
I'm just thinking of like your strings afterwards, because I sweat a lot, and like my strings get.
Dude, I'm a waterfall.
Dude, I mean, like with the socks. All right, I have to ask because I don't know if I said this like since we've been on camera. Who wrote the lyric "Namaste, motherfucker"?
Ooh.
That's a great question.
Actually, I think it was our friend who was a yogi, to be honest. She was like, I think it was Jen, because we did the first song we ever wrote was Tiny Cowboy, me and Christopher by ourselves. And we went, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, which we kind of, Die Hard, we get it.
It's from Die Hard, but I've never seen Die Hard. So that lyric just came out of me. It was in the public stream of consciousness, so I definitely absorbed it from other Die Hard fans, but I've still never seen Die Hard. But Jen, our friend Jen, we have to give credit to the Grumpy Yogi to Jen. So I started it with the Tiny Cowboy, and I believe Jen was like, you guys should do a yoga song, like something about a yogi, and then we turned it into the Grumpy Yogi, and then Namaste Motherfucker just came out.
So
And then
what about the Ghetto Santa?
I don't know. Maybe that was us. I don't know.
We
I wasn't around for the Ghetto Santa.
The Ghetto Santa precedes Stephanie Federico.
The trilogy is like one big oxymoron.
We call it the trilogy. The Grumpy Yogi, the Ghetto Santa, the Tiny Cowboy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's all right. So Socks isn't part of that, just those three.
No, Socks is a totally different, yeah.
So you guys said before, this is your first gig with
Bow Wow Luau.
Bow Wow Luau.
Yeah, Allie and Dana.
Right.
Right? Yeah. We actually, I don't think I've ever met them in person. We got a message from Allie.
Until tonight, yeah.
Tonight, yeah.
Are you guys based out of Staten Island?
Yes, we are. Born and raised.
Awesome. Whereabouts?
Right in the middle, like Great Kills area.
South Shore, Great Kills.
I mean, to me, I'm in New Jersey or Central Jersey, so it's like Staten Island. I'm always expecting the luau to be like near water, and it's never. I'm like, damn, this is a big island.
Close. The filthy industrial bay is like right over here.
Yeah, I used to live over in Bayonne over there.
The Goethals Bridge to Jersey is literally, we could walk to it right now.
Tequila Sunrise was delicious.
I guess Bootleg Mannings makes a hell of a tequila sunrise.
Yeah.
Now, does anybody have a dog?
I don't. No.
I did.
Yeah.
Buster passed away last February. We
Oh,
miss
I'm
him
sorry.
to death. But I love dogs, yes. And I had 2 dogs. When I lived in Texas, I had a dog called Bogart. He was my best friend. My only friend in Texas. Yes, I was lonely when I was 22 years old. It's okay. But Bogart was the man.
I have a frog named Kangaroo.
Is it? Well,
But that's my pet.
It's like a boy named Sue.
He's my dog.
Stephanie?
No, I've always wanted a dog, but just never happened.
Well, maybe this.
Never has not happened yet.
Is there? Do you guys?
What happened?
Buster was good to you.
Yeah, like any dog that has come into my life, we have been really good friends with one another. My neighbor had a dog when I was young, and again, like a little weird, like skeevy. We used to share food.
Stephanie does strange things, ladies and gentlemen. I learn more and more about her every day.
So I was like 3 years old. So, I guess that's a little better than being like older and smelling socks, but it all comes out on the lost signals, everyone.
Lost signals.
Truthful, very truthful.
Don't lose our speech. We got some gold here. I love that. We got.
_ Moose Instagram. _ Moose.
Yes, we have an album called "Put the Spoon Down." It has nothing to do with heroin. It has everything to do with food.
Okay, good. That is a really good.
that.
That is a really good qualifier.
Thought about that.
People have told me, they were like, "Is that a drug reference?" I'm like, "No, it's just Stephanie."
Positive drug reference.
Yeah, yeah.
Put the spoon down. No, Stephanie was just eating my dinner, and I said, "Put the spoon down." And I'm like, "Shit, that's her album title." That's kind of the way it happened.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, is there any last shout out you guys want to give before we?
Shout out.
I think we should.
Next show is in New Jersey. We got 2 shows next weekend in New Jersey, August 9th and August 10th. August 9th is at the Brighton Bar in Easton Long Branch, I think, right? East Long Branch?
Yeah.
If that's a real place, I think it is, right?
Then Red Bank.
And then Red Bank, we're playing the Orless Festival. Yeah.
But the big show is December 6th at the Bowery Electric main stage.
Nice.
Come out and see us.
Congratulations, man.
We gotta shout "Bow Wow Luau" to end this thing. Ready?
All right.
And Hannah Banana, you're amazing. We love you, Hannah Banana.
That's Dana's Pitbull. 1, 2, 3. Bow Wow Luau!
I am here with the winners of the Bow Wow Luau 2019, Scarlet Rose and Rebecca, not Rachel. How you ladies doing tonight?
Good.
Okay, first of all, I want to know, there's a story behind your name, please.
There is a story behind my name. Since I was young, people have called me Rachel for whatever reason, even though my real name is Rebecca. But to add on to that, as I got older and started dating, I actually have 4 ex-boyfriends who all cheated on me with girls named Rachel, different girls named Rachel. So I decided I was going to reclaim that name. So I'm Rebecca, not Rachel.
Own that.
That is amazing. That. All right, look, I don't want to sound like, I don't know what to say, but that to me is like the epitome of, like, if it's not pretentious to say the pinup culture, is that the women are reclaiming things, and I think that's fantastic. And how did you get involved with pinups, and how did you get involved with this organization, or with the this charity, the organization? I'm blocking words tonight.
It's okay.
The Pinups for Pitbulls?
Pinups for Pitbulls, yeah. Mosh for Pitbulls, Bow Wow Luau.
So I'm from Philly, so Pinups for Pitbulls does a lot in Philly, so I've always been aware of them. I've gone to a lot of their events in the past, but I only got into pinup in the last 2 years or so, and it was kind of by accident. I used to do just regular modeling at a studio out in central Pennsylvania, and one day I brought a pinup look, and everybody wanted to shoot it. So the next time I went back, I brought all pinup, and now it's what I do, and I'm a full lifestyler, so I wear retro-inspired and real vintage clothing every day.
Fantastic. Do you have any pit bulls?
I don't. I'm actually really, really allergic to dogs, unfortunately, so I don't have any pit bulls, but I love dogs. I love pit bulls so much. If I could have a dog, it would definitely be a pit bull. I've never met a pit bull that I didn't just fall in love with.
I completely understand that. I might be a little biased, but I understand that. And the winner?
Yes. Hi.
And how did you get involved? Well, first of all, how does it feel to be the winner of Bow Wow Luau 2019?
It's very exciting. There was a bunch of beautiful girls up there, and it was just wonderful to be with everyone and to experience this all together. And that's really what it's all about. It's about a bunch of women being together and empowering each other.
I love that. I'm sorry. Anything I say can sound pretentious, but honestly, so how did you get involved with pinups, and then as a pinup, and then with Pinups for Pitbulls?
Okay, so in pinup in general, I guess I was probably always obsessed with all my grandmother's things growing up, and that was really my biggest influence. I didn't even know it was a culture. I didn't even know it was a thing. I always thought I was weird because I liked all these old things and didn't really know many people who did until I met this other world of people who did, and it just kind of opened up all these doors, and so now I'm here. And that's kind of how it happened. It probably really skyrocketed over the last 4 or 5 years. So.
That's fantastic.
And then as far as the organization goes, I had heard of them before. I have a friend who's very well involved with them, and I think it's a great organization. I've gone to other events that help the pit bulls and everything. As a younger person, my brother had brought home a pit bull because, that's what all the kids did back then. They all wanted a pit bull. But, then my mom started to raise it. But I remember taking him to the beach, and I'll never, ever forget this. And I never thought it was a thing that people would treat a pit bull different. Why? It's a beautiful dog. I took him to the beach, and this woman was petting him, and she said, "Oh, is he a chocolate lab?" And I said, "No, he's a pit bull." And this woman stepped back. And it's terrible. It's just terrible that people would you wouldn't do that to another human being, so why would you do that to a dog? It's not right.
No, and unfortunately people do that to human beings, which is not...
No, that's not right either. Obviously, not right for a dog, not right for a human being, but, and it really, that was a long time ago, and I still remember that very clearly. And that dog he's passed since, but he was a beautiful dog, and he never would hurt a soul.
Yeah.
So to treat him like that, and
just because of his breed is a terrible thing. So we need more education out there.
I agree, and they do a lot of great work.
Yes.
They really do. Scarlet Rose, is there a story behind your name?
So I'm a big fan of Gone with the Wind.
Uh-huh.
So, Scarlett O'Hara. And then Rose is it's just my favorite flower, so.
Awesome. Okay. One of the things I love about this culture here is all the tattoos. I have tattoos. I come here every year, and the first thing I want to do is run and get another one. Favorite tattoos? I mean, I know people who are listening can't hear that or can't see that, but maybe they'll tune in, and because I know you all have tattoos. Do you have any tattoos you want to give a story about? If I'm not putting you on the spot.
I don't particularly have any stories about mine. I was really lucky that when I lived in Philly for 3 years, my roommate was also my tattoo artist. So she did a lot of really interesting kind of test tattoos on me where she was doing texture studies and things like that. So I have some really interesting pieces. I also have a few pieces from when she was doing her apprenticeship, which is kind of cool because I call them my vintage Alexander Fish tattoos, because they're compared to her work now, they don't stand up. But she's an amazing tattoo artist. She's done the majority of my work. So I think the coolest thing about them is that they were done by my best friend.
Fantastic. Scarlet Rose, I noticed
I have a few.
Okay.
I'm a nurse, so I have a nurse.
Oh, fantastic.
I have my children's name on me as well. I have a son with special needs, so I have one about that. And then just some other meaningful pieces, symbols like a butterfly, because we're all always growing and maturing. And, I have angel wings on my back because we all need an angel on our back. So.
Fantastic. I have to say, the two of you, speaking to you and the things you've said have kind of humbled me. I'm not just saying that. I am. I really want to talk. Is there anything you want to say? Anything that, you guys have said some really important stuff about the culture, about women empowering women, about Pitbulls, whose hand is over there looking at me as we speak. Is there anything else you guys want to say? You have a forum here, and if there's anything you want to let anybody know? I just put you on the spot, and I apologize.
Yes, you did.
And seriously, I apologize, but the things you guys said really did move me. So, and
I just think people should get involved in their community, in whatever drives them, and whatever pulls them. So whether it be animals or people or the environment, whatever it is, just get involved and make a difference.
That's fantastic, and you guys definitely are involved. And I want to congratulate you both. It's been great getting to know you, Rebecca, not Rachel, and Scarlet Rose. I thank you so much for your time. Is there any plugs you want to give? Any websites? Any other charities you want to promote?
I guess I'll mention that. So because I'm Pennsylvania based, I'm a member of the Pennsylvania Liberty Bells Pinup Club. And we are a charity organization. We do a lot of work with our own local communities, with nonprofits in our communities, and we do a lot of work with charities that are geared towards women. So I think that's so critical, within the pinup community. Like Scarlett said, it's about women supporting women, and we try to go even beyond the pinup community with that. So just a little plug for the Bells.
That's awesome.
And I'll mention the Luscious Ladies because I am part of them. We're a very similar group.
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
The Luscious Ladies, so I'll mention them as well because I'm part of them. And
are they based in
similar things?
Are they based in Staten Island or?
No, they're a international organization, but I'm from the Long Island chapter, or New York chapter.
You're from New York. Okay, cool. Well, again, congratulations to both of you, and thank you again so much for your time. Thank you for all you guys do.
Thank you.
And this is Chris Morgan from the Lost Signals here at Luau 2019. Everybody have a great night.
Editing and engineering by Christopher Morgan. Music by Christopher Morgan. Check us out on YouTube and iTunes for the shows, and on Facebook and Twitter for updates.